Bushcrafting. The ability to take the raw natural world and use its resources to sustain life. It's how our ancestors lived before the Industrial Revolution. Think back to the Native Americans and the skills they needed to live in these lands, or the knowledge and competence settlers needed to explore the western frontier. These woods surrounding me have everything I need to live. I just have to learn how to harness it. Growing up, one of my favorite TV shows was Survivorman. My friend John and I would go in the woods behind our houses and try to unsuccessfully replicate some of the things we saw on that show. When I was in high school, I stumbled across the bushcrafting side of YouTube. I felt inspired to go out and do these things myself, but the whole point of this show, and the reason why I'm doing this, I was satisfied watching people online doing it instead of going out and doing it myself. So for years, literally 6, 7 years, I've watched people on YouTube, but I myself have never gone out and done it, even though I really want to. So here we are, dipping my toes into the water of bushcrafting. So my goal is to learn a little bit about all the different skills of bushcrafting, practice them, and then put it all together. Go on a camp, bushcraft style. The only two I'm omitting from this episode are trapping and navigation. One, trapping, I don't really feel like eating a squirrel. I've eaten much worse. I've had guinea pig in South America, cow intestine, pigfoot. And then navigation, I'm not really going anywhere. I'm doing this all in the woods behind my house. Plus, I already know where the sun rises and the sun sets, and based on that, you can determine north, south, east, and west. And just to clarify, I'm not trying to learn everything there is to learn about bushcrafting within this 1 month. This is just a starting point that I hope to build upon. But with all that out of the way, I just need to do a little bit more research and purchase a couple tools that will help me out along the way. So the gear that I purchased just arrived, and I wanted to run through what I got really quickly. A waterproof tarp for building shelters. Tarred bank line, also for creating shelters, and many other uses. A hook knife. This is so you can create spoons, bowls, cups. You're able to scoop the wood out. Ferro rod, so I can make a fire without a lighter. I didn't know it'd send sparks flying like that. Okay. Don't do that indoors. Mushrooms of the southeast, because I'm in Georgia. So maybe I can find some edible mushrooms. And southeast foraging. So everything from berries to leaves to, I don't know, tree bark and flowers. And for everything else I need, I already have a lot of camping gear that I'm just going to repurpose for this, like cups and bowls and stuff to cook over. I have a bushcrafting axe that I've only ever used for gathering firewood, not actually bushcrafting. So now I get to put everything together and test and learn. After watching some videos on how to tie knots and practicing them for my tarp shelter, it was time to go into the woods and work on some of the skills I had been researching. As far as I'm aware, I have 3 different options. One being find a natural source that I can take water from, like a creek or a spring. And here in these woods, I know of at least 2 different creeks and a spring. But if you don't have those options, you can either collect rainwater
off of a rock or a tree or your tarp shelter. You can take cups or bowls and place them where you see the water dripping down and gather it that way. Or you can actually tap a tree for its sap. There are only specific trees that you're able to do that with. I know one of them is the birch tree, so I'm going to try to find a birch tree around here in these woods. As of today, because it's not raining, my only option is to collect water from the creek. I'm just going to wait and do that when I go camping because I already know where the source is. I don't have to search for it. I believe it's actually a black birch tree. I don't know what the difference is between other birch trees, but I think it's also a little bit too small to tap. I already had a chance to comb through these books, and one thing I quickly realized was how seasonally dependent foraging is. So I'm gonna put this mushroom book down real quick, and I just want to show you guys what I mean. This is what you can forage here in the Southeast in the spring. Now here in Georgia, we are currently in the fall. This is what we have. I've already found the black birch tree, and then the only other thing I know for certain that's here is the pine needle. So you can use the pine needle for tea. Has a lot of vitamin C. So my goal today, with foraging at least, is not to actually collect these things and eat them. I will save that for camping. I just want to walk around and try to identify different plants, see what my options are. As for the mushrooms, there are so many different ones in here, and it's not broken down the same way like this book is by season. So I kind of just have to walk around, see if I find anything, and then try to identify it from the book, see if it's edible, which mushrooms can be dangerous, so I don't know. I want to be certain if I do find a mushroom. I just found 2 more black birch trees. Let's go find something else. Pine tree. No surprise there. We are in Georgia. There are pine trees everywhere. The book did specify that the younger needles were better. So I found this little baby pine tree right here. You can see what I mean. Pine trees are literally everywhere. I mean, look at this. This is crazy. All this is pine. At least I know if it came down to it, I would have lots and lots of vitamin C. So I just found some fungus growing on a log right here on the ground. It's all over this one right here. It's on this one right here at my feet, and then on some pieces back here behind me. So I just grabbed the book, and I'm gonna see if I can figure out what it is and if I can eat it. All right, I think I just found turkey tail, which is a medicinal mushroom. I want to make sure that's what it is before I touch it. I don't see anything else in the book that looks like it. Occurring in large clusters on fallen branches, primarily releasing spores in the summer and fall. We're in the fall. All right, so that's it right there. I don't know if you guys heard that on camera, but the wind just knocked over a huge tree. And that is why you don't put your shelter next to a dead tree right there. It looks very, very similar. I found a tree with some berries on it. I wasn't able to find it in the book, so I'm gonna let it be. Oh, that might be something I can eat though. I was right here looking at these little berries, but then I saw these red ones right here out of the corner of my eye. And these look familiar, like they might have been something in the book. I don't know. I'm gonna go verify. So I just skimmed through the whole book after finding that red berry, and I wasn't able to find anything that looked anything like it, so another miss. I'll probably do a little bit more research too into the northern Georgia area, because this whole book is for the southeast, and I'm sure there are some plants in here that are not specific to this region. So I just want to know what I'd be most likely to find here. My goal here is not to build a complete large fire that would burn for hours. I just want to make sure I can get a flame going. Man, my butt like sank down in this hole. Let's get the materials out of the bag. So I have two different tinders here. The first one I'm going to try is some cedar. It's a very fibrous bark, and you can break it down. This is what I use to start fires in my front yard. If the cedar doesn't work, it's lint from my dryer. I gathered some sticks, some little twigs, dead twigs, to throw on top. It gets almost powdery, and this stuff will ignite pretty quickly, or at least that's the hope. Promising, got something going. I need more tinder, really. So what I think I should have done is ignited that, because it caught flame. It did catch. Okay. Move that out of the way. I should have had more tinder to throw on top, I think is the issue there. But now I'm all out of cedar. I literally just used it all up and it burned away, so. All right. For now, we will put that out. Okay. My first ever fire ignited by a ferro rod. You guys have seen this already. I used it to cut down a tree for some firewood so I can start drying that out. I need to make something. I need to craft something that I can use. Kind of my three options that I see are either a cup, bowl, or spoon. Because this is my first time crafting anything, I'm gonna go with what seems like the easiest option to me, and that would be the spoon. A cup or a bowl, I'd have to find a really large piece of wood and do a lot of digging out to get something that's deep enough to actually use. I guess I just need to go find some wood or a tree, chop it down. I don't really know if cedar is a good wood to use when carving, but makes sense in my mind, and it's a good size. This little guy right here, clear a few of these branches out of the way first. Close quarters here. All right, boom. This is the spoon so far. I think that's about it for the axe, so I'll break out the pocket knife next. But it's gonna get dark within the next hour, so I think I'm gonna head home, finish this up. I nicked myself with the hook and knife. Never used it before, and should have been a little more cautious, but it's not bad. I'm happy with this. It's starting to look like a spoon. I'll finish this tomorrow. Get a fire going and work on this next to the fire.
I can use my headlamp, and then I
It
can
blinds
just like,
the
hold
camera, you
this.
see
I can
that?
hold this at you
Hello.
with like a wide beam, a super wide beam,
Oh yeah.
so it like drowns it.
I just need to let America know, or I should say the world.
That's not too bad, right?
Yeah, I can see myself.
All right.
We'll do a walk and talk.
Right.
Got darker much faster than I was anticipating. So I wasn't able to film hardly anything at all. Had to run back up to the house and pick up John.
What's up?
Okay, we're off somewhere here. Oh, this is stupid. This pole. I turned off right by this pole. All right. Okay, yes. We're heading in the right general direction.
Looks like someone shot that tree, maybe.
Well, I wouldn't say I set up camp.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what you
You're
got.
not gonna be impressed.
Oh yeah, dude. You didn't give yourself any credit. You even clean? Like what you done with the place?
Yeah, that's your bed. That's my bed.
I was really expecting a whole lot less than this.
All right. Okay, this jacket is really hot. Basically, this thing is a 10 by 10, and this is only 5 feet of it, so it's folded over the middle. So the plan was to either find some sticks and stake it so you have like a roof and then it drops back.
Oh yeah. I like that.
Or we could just try to tie it off. So if
We could run it right here. Yeah, that'd be fine. And then run it over there. If you give me a stick, I'll show you what I'm thinking. Like this guy right here, maybe? So hopefully,
There you go. Here's your,
oh.
here's your stick.
Oh, nice. Good size, too.
Yeah, we're not that deep in the woods.
It's a good thumbnail.
That'll get the coyotes going.
It did. You hear that?
I mean, they won't come near us. Sirens and coyotes all around us. Don't worry, I have an axe. What would you call this? The support beam? Function over form.
Yeah.
That is John's motto. Should we get a fire going?
Yeah.
See, I was Les Stroud. Now I'm Bear Grylls with a camera crew. Oh, thanks.
That's how you get firewood. How many people do you think are going to be there before us?
None.
If we get there at 2 a.m.
Not
You think
a soul.
we'll be the first?
Maybe just
work
this
it out
way.
here a little bit.
Just that way, yeah. I didn't know you were going to be doing some work for me. I thought I was going to have to come out here and do all the work.
Look, man. Just trying to put in my fair share for you allowing me to lodge on your property.
Oh. Well, thank you.
All these amenities.
It's like wool ponchos. And...
Don't sell yourself short. Maybe some coffee.
Yeah, oh yeah. Got some coffee, got some tea, got some
Did you bring the tea?
liquid gold. Oh no, I didn't bring the tea. All right, so we have the shelter built. Now I need to start a fire with a ferro rod. There's no creek here, so I can't collect water. I'll have to do that at another day. And I need to use my spoon. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, I forgot already. Use my spoon. Oh, no, there was one more. There's one more thing. I have to forage something and use it. Like, eat it.
Okay.
I can't see you, I just see a light floating and nodding. I gotta make pine needle tea. So we need to find some pine needles. There's pine all on the other side of the forest, and there's not pine over here.
It's a lot of oak.
Out in the middle of the power lines, there's tons of baby ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could find our way back from there.
There's no way. I'm out of gas.
Yeah, I just heard it.
Oh, shoot. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera. That's that little snow peak lantern. So if you can see a tiny flame like that, imagine a fire.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks nice and fresh
How much
and
you
piney.
need?
All right, it is fire time. John, you were about to be so impressed.
I just want to say, we spent how many hours trying to do this when we were between like the ages of 7 and 11?
I don't know why we could never do it.
Probably because we were between the ages of 7 and 11.
There they go.
Oh yeah, dryer lint?
Yeah. All right, got a little prideful there. Fire made with the ferro rod. Good deal.
Pull it out. Ooh.
I feel like my needle to water ratio's off there.
You think you need more? Or?
I think I need more needles, yeah. It's been steeping for about 10 minutes, so it's time. You can see, I don't know if you can see that there. It did change color. So you can see where it was out of the water here. And it turned like a more olive green. It's not bad. It's not good. You wanna try it?
Yeah. What are your tasting notes?
Pine.
Yeah. It's really not that bad, honestly.
That's how I cut myself though, I accidentally. I had my thumb, I don't remember what I was doing, but I was being stupid. That kind of looks like a spoon though, right? It's just a little thick. I mean, I have no clue if this is proper technique. It's probably not. People are probably gonna roast me. Now look at that, that would fit like 2 macaroni noodles. The piece of wood I started with was not nearly big enough. This is actually easier than I thought it was going to be.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if that's because I did this so much growing up. Not carving stuff, but just whittling sticks.
That was like one of the first things I remember doing with you and Poppy is him sitting on your porch in those rocking chairs and like teaching you how to whittle.
Yeah. Oh man, that's like all we did. Just go in the woods and...
Yeah, you remember we used to just rub sticks to a point, like in the driveway, to like
make a spear on,
make
on the
spears.
driveway. It'll work. It's time to use the spoon. Got some fresh, methodical coffee. I knew I made this for a great reason. It's almost 1. We just packed up camp and we are about to head to the WMA and hopefully get a duck. So, let's go. Woo! You pumped?
What?
You don't sound pumped.
I'm pumped. I didn't know what you said.
I said, are you pumped?
Yeah.
Let's go get us some duck.
How do you think they look?
It's a nice line.
Then every 3 feet there's a duck, and then when you pull it, just kind of gives some motion, and then the elastic pulls them back, just like they're swimming. All right, you got my decoys here.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning, and I just took like a 2-hour nap.
Birds in the area.
You feeling lucky? It's gonna be a good view
Oh yeah,
of
for
the
sure.
water.
Yeah, I think we're facing north.
Lights out.
What do you think? Yeah. We shall see. That is the magic trick. Just on the shuttle there.
We saw, what would you say, 15 fly overhead? 10, 15? We had one come in and swoop down, and just when he was about to land, he flared up and went off that way.
Too slow.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. My Band-Aid is looking rough. It's very pretty out here.
Got that right. All worse things you could be doing. It's cold.
All right, we're heading out. I start everything I do with all right. I need to stop doing that. All right, we are heading out with no duck. Unfortunately. I don't know what else there is to say but that. Time to go get some warm breakfast. I'm back out here at our campsite from 2 nights ago, and there were 2 things that I was not able to do that I said I was going to do. Collect and purify water and use that water, and then eat some birch tree. I need to be a man of my word, so I'm back out here to do those 2 things. Now that I have the coffee made, it's time to try the bark. So you're only able to eat the inner bark, and I believe that's also seasonal. And it might be similar to when it produces sap. That might be when you're able to actually consume it. This inner white part should peel off very easily, and it is not doing that. Another miss for the foraging. Yeah, that's just super tough. It's not peeling off like I want it to. So this is also supposed to be a little bit sweet. And it's not sweet at all. But it does smell sweet though. smells good. Maybe I'm just being a wuss and you're just supposed to eat it like that, but it just feels like chewing on dental floss. I really wish I was able to tap it though. That'd be cool. I'll definitely come back out in the winter and try that. But yep, there's my creek water coffee. There's a bug in there now. And dental floss, birch.